I'm Diego Ortega. I am founder of CasaOccidente.com and the creator of the Basic Rider and the RaiderPro, the newest plugin that I've just launched December last year. This is what you are seeing right here in the image. It is available for $28. This is a strictly tested plugin. It has increased compatibility with most DAWs and operating systems. RaiderPro promises everything that came with the free version plus more reliability and performance. It has a new user interface and improved user experience. It has smooth sliders and knobs. It will allow you to balance your tracks at the beginning of your mix. So this plugin will allow you to gain stage your mix. This plugin has three main features. It has dynamic control, it has sidechain, and it has automation. So let's talk a little bit about that. Dynamic control. You will be able to modify a target. You can go from minus 42 decibels up to 0 decibels. So you can choose where do you want your vocals or instrument, because this plugin can be used with basically anything. The target will allow you to set at what level do you want your track to be. Keeping going on, you have the output that will allow you at the end of your process, you can see the graph, right? You have an output gain, okay? So this output gain will allow you to add and decrease volume at the end of your process. So you can balance your track and then give the push to the down. Also, related with dynamics, you have the range fader, okay? So this range fader will give you a ceiling and a floor. You may not want your vocals, your instrument to go too high. So you have 24 decibels of range. You can use it all or limit it. Maybe you don't want movement in your track. Maybe you want it to be stable at your target, so you can shorten your range. Maybe you want a lot of range. You want movement in your track, so then you can open up the range. So this is all about dynamics. The next feature is sidechain. What does sidechain allow you? It will allow you to use the music sensitivity and vocal sensitivity features. So the two knobs at the top of the RaiderPro that you can see right below the target, those are the vocal and music sensitivity. So using sidechain, you can let a boss, an instrument boss, or whatever you want boss, influence your instrument, your vocals, your whatever you want to be riding, okay? So we see it here in the graph, okay? Your vocals that can be at minus 6 decibels, that's your target, that's where you want it to be, you put it right there. Then your instrument boss, it may be at minus 3 decibels, okay? Music sensitivity allows you to get an average of those two levels, right? Your vocal, your instrument, and your boss, whatever it is that is in your boss, okay? So for example, if you have your vocals at minus 6 and your instruments at minus 3, music sensitivity will give you back minus 4.5 decibels. So a little bit higher than your target, but a little bit lower than your instrument boss. So what you are doing is you are letting your music to influence your vocals, so your vocals don't get lost in your mix, okay? Going on a little bit with vocal sensitivity. What does vocal sensitivity? This is also related with sidechain, right? So you will have to use sidechain with this. This is the sidechain feature that I'm talking about. Vocal sensitivity, what it does is reduces the noise and leaves as much as possible the pure vocals. It is deleting noise. So this is useful for drums, for example, where there's bleeding. Okay, when you record drums, you might be recording your snare and maybe your hi-hat bleed in. What you can do with the RaiderPro against staging in your mix is to basically reducing noise and keeping the information that we want, the main track. So we write only that. There's also automation, okay? So you may want to write your level automation into your DAW. So for example, you can use the plugin and put it into write, go to your settings in your DAW. I'm using Reaper, I will show you in a little bit. Go to your settings and let's say you want to write into your session the movement of the RaiderPro. So you later can go and use the read option and stop using the algorithm, release some CPU for maybe other plugins, and just keep it reading the automation. That will give you the same effect as using the plugin, but no CPU usage, or at least much less CPU usage. These are the three main features that I have for you. And this is a new plugin. This is an evolution of the basic rider. So there's new things, okay? There's three main new things. There's increased reliability, increased channel compatibility, and increased performance. So there's three features that I have for you. This plugin won't fail in your DAW. This plugin won't fail in whatever Windows or Mac you are using, okay? So this is an advantage. This is a plugin that you can use everywhere. It's also channel compatibility. It can be used in many different configurations. Mono to mono, mono to stereo, stereo to mono, and also stereo to stereo. And lastly, performance. This plugin has so much better performance, so you can add as many plugins instances of the RaiderPro as you want, and your CPU won't suffer, because each time you add a new plugin, the increased CPU usage is minimal. You have here a benchmark, and you can see the usage of the RaiderPro of CPU is much lower than its free version that now is the basic rider that is available for $8 at casaoccidente.com. The RaiderPro does have much better performance and will allow you to use as many instances as you want without your GPU to suffer. This is very important. Don't forget it. Use this feature. Use as many RaiderPros as you want. Make sure you gain stage correctly. This is a feature that you can take advantage of. Don't forget it. Let's say you buy the plugin right now. You go to casaoccidente.com, you buy it. What you get? You get the plugin for Mac, you get the plugin for Windows, and also you get 6 months of secure updates. This is me working every day. There's a lot of new features that I have for you. For January, what I have for you? I have improved range slider, and I have improved target display. Okay, so you will get new UI, and it will give you more information about what is happening with your track, because you want to have control of what's going on. You need the information. So I'm trying to give you as much information as possible and incrementally give you each month more. So if you buy it right now, you get 6 months of updates. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Also, if you buy it, let's say in July 2026, this year, after all of these updates have been released, the plugin will cost more. So let's keep going. What I want to show you is at the end, it is how am I using the RaiderPro, okay? So for example, what I have set up here is my vocals. I am using sidechain. I am sending a bus from the bass and also the rhythmic guitar all the way through my vocals. So what do I want? I want my instruments to influence my vocals. The more I move the music sensitivity knob up, the more the instruments will influence the vocals. So if your music is loud, your vocals will get louder. It won't get covered up by your instruments, by your music. Your vocals will get on top. That's what you want, am I right? You want your vocals to be on the top. You can also move this down. You can move the influence of the music for your vocals down. It will decrease the volume or decrease the dynamic of your vocals a little bit, so it will make the music stand out more. So this is a functionality that you can use in order to improve the relations of gains between vocals and instruments. Don't forget it. It will give you professional results. Also, there is vocal sensitivity. So you move the vocals up, you remove noise. So maybe you recorded a live band and you recorded and there were drums and there were other instruments, guitar, bass, whatever synths. And maybe when you were recording, a little bleeding came in from some instrument near to you. So you may not want that. So you push the vocal sensitivity up, the noise goes down. The riding applies and takes into account only the vocals, not the instruments. Less noise, more vocals. You are giving a more influence to the vocals. You are discarding noise. This is something you want. So don't forget, 3 features that this has is dynamic control. You have your output, you have your target, you have your range, you have your sidechain, and this allows you to use the sensitivity tools, which is music sensitivity that will let your instruments influence your vocals even more. So that will give a push to your vocals in order to be at the same level or something similar to your music. So your vocals won't get covered up by your music. This is something you want in music recording. Also, in vocal sensitivity, you don't want noise, basically. So the more you increase this knob, the less noise you will get. And lastly, automation. So what we have here, for example, let's go with the vocals, okay? Set it to right and arm your rider faders. You will write the automation for this fader, okay? So then you don't need to use the plugin anymore. You don't need to use the algorithm. You will release CPU. So basically, when you do this and you play,
trivialidad, tremenda oportunidad, contigo hablar en este momento. Alguien dispuesto a detener el tiempo. No es trivialidad, tremenda oportunidad. Contigo estar en este momento.
I am Diego. I am from Caso Occidente. I created the RaiderPro, and this is all I have for you right now.